Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. Let's continue playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are on to the third game. Trials and Tribulations. Let's go. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Huff. How did I get into this mess? Doesn't he say that? Doesn't that start off every single game? How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? You're not a very good criminal. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. What? Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. It's a giant P. It wasn't me. I didn't. Sure you did. I didn't do it. Is anyone really... Anyway, 5 years earlier, Mia faced second trial. Is anyone really that hopeless? They just like randomly punch people and then immediately regret it? First of all, why do you punch people? Second of all, why do you regret it? Late April 11, 9:40 AM, District Court Defendant Lobby number 3! It's finally time, I'm kind of nervous. Ahem! Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg, look at me, I'm relaxed! Grum. Let go of my lapels! You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. You just said you weren't nervous. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I am Marvin Grossberg. Am at your service. Oh, okay, hi. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there, that's our client. Cough. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Is that really Phoenix Wright? Yep. It'll be fine, no prob. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers, people screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Yeah, that's right. Don't spread coronavirus. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I'll I promise I'll save you. If you are truly innocent, then I'll save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right, he is the one on trial, not you. He is the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win! For my client, and for myself. April 11, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, check it out! It's a pain as a younger man. he's got all his hair. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing right there, right next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor, I think. Yeah, that's real tough, Mia. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. He does that tapping thing, and it never really made much sense. But now that we see him as a younger man with hair, that makes a lot of sense. That's really good. Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. Oh god, imagine high school. Your name is Swallow? Imagine going through high school with the name Swallow. Oh no! I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't be bullied in any way. He was a 4th year student studying pharmacology. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Swallow. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. Wait, he wasn't murdered. He got zapped by the power line. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Wait, hold on, why is the judge not any younger? Mia is younger, Payne is younger, but he's still the same age. Very well, the court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. The crime took place behind an IVU building. It's the same. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause, go on. Date and time of death 4/9 at 3 PM. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. There's the electric shock. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Groan. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah! The court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Is he gonna milady me? Yes sir, I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm, I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record, okay, let's take a look. I just pressed tab here. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Yeah, that's the same thing. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murder use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oops, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. Hold on, do I have a... Oh, I have one. Proof of my profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. She's an attorney's badge too. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. Ew. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. He's the newbie killer. He's the guy who camps the spawn. He camps the spawn and that's how he gets all his kills. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. No, it can't. They literally can't. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face! Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tab, so be sure to go over it all. Really? Oh, she's here already? But we never met her. Superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. My client, third-year art he said art student at Ivy University, currently has a code. The victim, fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Dahlia Hawthorne. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? I mean, this is kind of gossipy. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here! Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye, you seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story. I mean, she found out. You know what? I'm not gonna make that joke. Ah, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. Nani? The defendant himself. Well, Miss Fay. It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness! Please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh. I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swallow. But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his code to the rest of us? Yeah, man, coronavirus. It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Did you? I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. You hardly knew him, but you know he's a British wannabe? I see, so you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. It looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be, this witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination! He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? Yeah, how did he know he's a British wannabe? Now then, your cross-examination if you please, Miss Fay. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. He's been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Sure you would. I admit I was there. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct, they were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body. In shock! Nani? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me! Why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. How do you know he's a stuck-up British wannabe? Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Oh, hey, nice pointing. Well, Mr. Wright. Ah, no. It wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. He's so bad. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony, you lying son of a bitch. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. He was always walking around? Have you been watching him? He's not wearing it here. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow. The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something's just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Thanks, Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg! Quickly now, show that boy you mean business with evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, milady, do you think you can manage this on your own from this point? I can handle it. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of his testimony. Alright, let's go ahead and save. Objection! Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that's really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You would have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Mia, you've made our client cry. Well done. Good job. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Ugh. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does it even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, should I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor! I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What is this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X! Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. Nani? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine. Why? Dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. Why? Why would anyone do that? That's so stupid. Who does that? Nobody does that. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Who does that? Nobody does that. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Crime photo 2 added to the court record. Cold Killer X added to the court record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Hold on. What is that? A little past 3? It's 3:05? Was that at night? Cold Killer X. Found clutching in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? Ugh. This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. Please don't say that. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. This is how you get yourself put in prison. You were afraid he wouldn't believe the truth, so you lied? You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. The truth is, I went because he called me. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my, kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. If it's embarrassing, she's not your sweetheart. Oof. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details. About the timing. So you are absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness! Let's go on with your testimony. Yeah, well, no, we're not done. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Okay, sure. I don't know all that much though. A little bit earlier in your testimony you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. We talked for a bit, and then around 3, we split up. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime. That's not what you talked about. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Wait, why are you angry with him? Then why, Mr. Wright, why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Jesus Christ. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. I've been taking Cochlear X for the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common.